Axios is reporting that Mike Donlin, who didn't take the fifth before the committee yesterday, was going to earn $8 million total, including $4 million bonus if Joe Biden won the election. And some Democrats and Republicans are saying, well, of course he didn't want Joe Biden to get out of the race, because if Joe Biden had stayed in the race and won, he would have gotten $4 million, which is a lot for a presidential campaign. It's a lot for politics, I have to say.
That's massive.
I know someone who made $1 million a year running a campaign committee, and that was considered to be like crazy. And it's $4 million. Anyway, let's just start with a few basics. Sean, based on Kamala Harris, she's going to be in the news because in 6 weeks she's going to be in a book tour. She seems inclined to campaign for people in the midterms. Based on what she said in that clip, based on how she framed the book and her book video, do you think she's currently definitely running for president, maybe running for president, or not currently planning to run for president?
I have gone back and forth like 4 times in the last 24 hours on this question.
Well, then just tell us where you are now.
And I'm in the maybe.
Maybe.
Amber Duke, who was on our shows yesterday, had an interesting point, which was she named the book 107 Days. And it almost seems like she's trying to use the number of days in the campaign as the excuse now. I thought that was really smart. I don't get that. The clip that we played from Colbert gave me mixed sense. It was like, I don't want to be in the system, but I want to travel around the world, around the country.
Listening to her.
But right. So I was like, so which is it? That's what a candidate would do. But then the system is broken and I don't want to be in it. So, I mean, are you setting the predicate that says the system is broken? I talked to a lot of people. I know how to fix it. Okay. I don't know.
Yes, no, maybe. Dan, yes, no, maybe.
60-40, yes.
I'd say maybe. She absolutely wants to run. I think depending on how this goes the next 12 months, given how cautious she is, she may ultimately decide not to, but she 100% wants to run. Sean, I agree with you. I agree with Amber Duke, from last night, that absolutely. And I was told this, that she believes that one of the reasons she lost is that she didn't have enough time, which I agree with most people who think the only reason she had a chance was she didn't have a lot of time and it didn't let all of her, traits emerge as much. But that answer, one of the things that just makes me shake my head is that convoluted answer. And I agree, you're a devout public servant, but you have to be on the inside. You're tired, it's broken, so you don't want to be on the inside. If you've had 6 months, that's the best answer. She looked uncomfortable. It didn't come off naturally. Like, you could see her wheels spinning, which is one of her problems. And we're going to show JD Vance. That is not a man who's sitting around uncomfortable and unsure how to answer questions.
So there's 2 points to make that kind of dovetail off what you were saying. When you do an interview, Mark's asked about this before, like, how do you sit down and go, hey, Dan, we're going to be on Colbert tonight. Let's kind of run through this and, murder board it. So the first question he's going to ask you is, why didn't you run for governor? Let's go. And you go, okay. And you go, oh, why don't, that's just not. So that, to me, knowing what you would do to prepare for that interview and watching that answer was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Like, how do you not? Secondly, I will say this. Initially, I thought, you know what? She sounds pretty good. It was less cringy. And then she has to go in and tell I was a little girl. And you know what, Joe Biden, the buses can't. And I'm like, oh my God, you can't help yourself. And it's just right when I thought maybe she actually had taken it down a notch. She can't help herself, and this is going to be her continuing problem.
All right. Let me make 4 or 5 points, and we'll move on. First of all, again, basic. You go in Colbert. What's the soundbite you want? What's the message you want to drive? Her message is the system's broken, I guess. Number one. And number two, someone reported this, and this is what I was saying. The way California elections work now, she would have been in a general election almost certainly against another Democrat. And that Democrat would have gotten every Republican vote in the general. I really think she would have had trouble winning a general election, even though she would have gotten the most votes in the first round. 3, I really do think she's going to have trouble raising money if she runs for president. Yep. Maybe she'll be okay low dollar, but I think it's going to be hard to get bundlers to bundle for her, and that's got to be a factor. Next, this book. Jonathan Karp, who's the head of Simon & Schuster, who's published some of the most important political books in the last 25 years, it keeps saying this is one of the finest nonfiction books about politics he's ever read. he's just built up expectations that it's going to be spectacular. And I will say on the book tour, in the book, it seems to me she's going to have to address a bunch of issues that she's never addressed. And Colbert didn't ask her any of these hard questions, including the question about Biden cognitive decline and about her interview on The View. And there's just no evidence that she's going to prepare to answer those in a way that will make her more likely to run. I do not believe she'll run for president. She might try, but I do not believe she'll get to the starting line because I don't see how she's going to raise money, and I don't see her improving the challenges she had when she ran, both in 20 and in 24, which is she does not like to make difficult decisions under pressure.
Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.